Hi, I'm Elaine Paquette, and I'm from Pawtucket. I had just planned to just talk, but obviously we don't have too much time, so I'm just going to read a couple of things. Through forensic science, we have learned that no two individuals, not even identical twins, have the same fingerprints, palm prints, toe prints, lip prints, signature verification, voice and face recognition. Fingerprints, for example, begin when the fetus is only 1 to 3 inches long. And like our fingerprints, our tongue also has a share of shape and pattern. In other words, God took a lot of effort to make each and every one of us in this room, in the wombs that we are negotiating here tonight about. And the bottom line is that no two people in this universe could possibly be, under forensic science, identified in a crime scene as being one of the same. So these children are being made by God, created by God, placed in the womb. And so the fight here tonight is not with us, but it really is with God, because you are taking what belongs to Him, and you're going to have a choice. And the choice will be either to defend and protect this precious cargo in the mother's womb, or you can just destroy the evidence. So maybe at the crime scene, you may think you're going to get away with it, but you're not going to. I would like to read one more other thing tonight before I step down. This is by Steve Harvey. This was written in 1999. If I were the devil, I would gain control of the most powerful nation in the world. I would delude their minds into thinking that they had come from man's effort instead of God's blessings. I would promote an attitude of loving things and using people instead of the other way around. I would dupe entire states into relying on gambling for their state revenue. I would convince people that character is not an issue when it comes to leadership. I would make it legal to take the life of unborn babies. Remember, this was 1999. I think we all know who Steve Harvey was. I would make it socially acceptable to take one's own life and invent machines to make it convenient. I would cheapen human life as much as possible so that the lives of animals are valued more than human beings. I would take God out of schools, where even the mention of His names was ground for a lawsuit. I would come up with drugs that sedate the minds and target the youngs, and I would get the sports heroes to advertise them. I would get control of the media so that every night I could pollute the minds of every family member for my agenda. I would attack the family, the backbone of this nation, and I would make divorce acceptable and easy, even fashionable. And if the family crumbles, so does the nation. And I would compel people to express their most depraved fantasies on campus and on movie screens. And you know what I would call it? I would call it art. And I would convince the world that people are born homosexual and that their life should be accepted and marveled. And I would convince the people that right and wrong are determined by a few who call themselves authorities and refer to their own agenda as politically correct. And I would persuade people that the church is irrelevant and out of date and that the Bible is naive. And I would dull the mind of Christians and make them believe that prayer is not important, and that faithfulness and obedience are just optional. And I guess I would leave everything pretty much the way they are.